Hey you guys, okay, let's talk about creating content and where to create your content. So I have a lot to say. Let's get into it. So how do you choose your platform when you want to start off being a content creator? You know, whether you're just creating content because you love it or you're trying to build a business, where you create that content and how you reach your audience is going to be a key in, your ability to grow. But first, let's talk about, Instagram versus YouTube. What are the strengths of both platforms, right? So YouTube is an amazing search engine. It's part of the world's biggest search engine, which is Google. And YouTube is, where people just go and search, how to do something when they're looking for information. When they're trying to learn something, they go and type it in YouTube. They want to see a tutorial. They want to see someone explain it. So YouTube is a huge search platform, which means its main strength is in the discoverability. This is a really good platform for new audiences to discover you because they could be just searching for something, and if you have your keywords and your search tags and everything optimized and you have good content out there, that's a really great way for new people to discover you and learn what you're all about by consuming your content. And the other big strength of YouTube is that YouTube videos have a long shelf life. So especially when we compare it to Instagram or even any other social media platform like Facebook or anything like that, YouTube videos are just, they live on there forever. And, technically so do, IGTV videos and everything like that. Because of the searchability, because, it's all keyword based and search based, people can find your old content at any given point. So you can have a video up on your channel from years ago and suddenly, a lot of people start searching for that topic and you start getting more views and more engagement. That video can suddenly start ranking even years later for a particular keyword. Now, what are the strengths of Instagram? So Instagram is a really good platform for building relationships. Your followers can really get to know you on a deeper level. You can really go deep with them by building that like factor and that trust because they're getting to know you on a really deep level, and whatever you put out there, it's going to be a lot more raw and authentic. So YouTube is great for searchability, for discoverability, and Instagram is great for building deep connections. Okay, so now that we have that covered, let's talk about how you can actually choose your platform. So it all depends on your goals. So if you're, looking to be known as a content creator and build a large audience and, be discovered by new people based on your expertise, I would argue that YouTube is the way to go. But if you're trying to build deep connections, and especially, if you're doing this as a business, you really want to go deep with your audience, get to know them, get them to trust you and like you and love what you have to say, love you as a person, care about everything that you're putting out there. You want to build that sense of community and tribe, then Instagram is the way to go for you. Now, I think the best strategy is going to be a combination of the two. This actually came out of a really interesting conversation that I was having with one of my lovely followers. She has a really loyal and engaged following on Instagram. She creates IGTV videos a couple of times a week, but now she's also started a YouTube channel very recently. But she's finding it hard to be consistent on YouTube, and there's two reasons that she told me. One is that, YouTube is more of a production, and that's what I find is a huge barrier to people even getting started on YouTube is, there's the sense of we see all these huge YouTubers who have amazing, teams behind them, and they have this whole beautiful production going, and we think that, oh my god, how am I ever gonna get into this space? How am I gonna compete with all this? And the thing is, that's not where you need to start, because everyone just starts with what they have. The main idea is to just get your ideas, your content out there, and really just make do with whatever you can when it comes to your production quality. But as long as you have great content and you're getting to the point and you're doing a few things in terms of optimizing your keywords and making it easy to be found, then you're gonna do just fine. But if you want YouTube to be part of your content strategy, then you really just gotta go through this phase, and you can only get better by just doing the work. So that being said, now the second reason that she was finding it hard to stay consistent on Instagram, or on YouTube, was because she was finding that, she has this really great engaged audience here on Instagram, and she's finding it hard to bring them over from Instagram to YouTube. So that's what I really want to talk about today. That's what I really want to dive very deep into. Like I said in the beginning, Instagram is about those deep connections. So if your audience on Instagram is already engaging with you, you're getting clients through Instagram, you're building those personal relationships, you are doing great. And it's good to have YouTube on your content strategy, but like I said, that's really for being discovered by new audiences. So what I would advise you in this case is to create your videos that you want to share with your audience, because you're trying to give the most value that you can to your audience. That's what this is all about. It's about serving your ideal client, right? So come from that place of service, and you don't need to try to bring them over to YouTube. Create your videos and post them right here on IGTV for your existing audience. And then you can repurpose the same videos. So you may need to restructure it a little bit. You may need to edit it in a way that's more suitable for build your watch time. So you may need to add in some graphics and make it a little bit more interesting and make it a little bit more snappy. But you can just repurpose the exact same video and post it on YouTube, and that way you're only doing the whole production once. You're creating the video, you're getting it out to your loyal fans who are already here and engaged with you. You're serving your ideal client, and you're coming from that place of, I just want to teach you what I know, and I just want to give you value, which is going to make them love you even more, because you're not trying to take them from one platform to another. You're making it super easy for them. You're giving them what they want right where they are, and then you're taking that same content and you're putting it on YouTube and reaching a whole new audience. And now if you're trying to create longer videos, and that's why you want to be on YouTube, you can also do something similar. You can create your videos for YouTube, and you can bring in small sections of those videos. So maybe if you have a 10-tip video, maybe you bring in 3 of them and turn it into an IGTV video, and then you tell your followers, okay, here's some really good tips that are truly going to help you and going to add so much value for you. But if you want even more, if you want 7 more tips that are just as great as this, then head over to my YouTube video, still add value, still give your audience what they need, and then ask them to just head over to YouTube if they want even more. So that's another great way to do that and to repurpose your content, and try to build both platforms simultaneously while still keeping that whole concept of serving your audience as the #1 priority. Now, if it's the other way around, if you've already built a really good presence on YouTube, or maybe you have a blog that's doing really well, then in that case, I do believe that you do still need to be present and, very active on at least one social media platform where you're actually building relationships with your audience. And I do believe that Instagram is a great place to do that. Yeah, if you already have the Instagram following going and you have those deep relationships happening with your audience, then definitely focus on giving value right on Instagram and just use YouTube as a supplementary kind of platform to bring in even more viewers and build an even bigger audience, and then definitely bring them over from YouTube back to Instagram. Give them incentive to join you here on Instagram so that they can get to know you better and that you can provide even more value to them on a day-to-day basis. If you've already got your YouTube game strong, then definitely make sure that you're also building deep relationships by giving your audience on YouTube incentives to join you on Instagram and going deeper with them, because I think this is really where a lot of that magic happens. I know that there's a lot of creators who have built their business right on YouTube just by creating content and then putting in funnels and everything like that, email marketing, and I think that's great, and I think those definitely do still have a place in today's market. But more and more we're moving towards relationship based marketing, so it really matters that your audience gets to know you on a very raw and authentic level. So I think bringing them back to Instagram and giving them a snapshot into your daily life and being very real and authentic with them and letting them get to know you on that level is going to be key. And why I specifically focused in on these two is because obviously that's where I'm most active. I do have a blog, but I basically turn my videos into blogs, and that's another way of repurposing your content, but also reaching another audience who prefers to read your content rather than watch videos. But aside from that, where I'm really focusing in on, where I'm really strong, is my Instagram and my YouTube game, because I love video. And why that is because I find that it's so much easier to really let people get to know you and share your, not just your message and not just your knowledge, but share who you are as a person. Everything comes through on video. They get the full picture. So that's why I love video platforms, and that's why I'm focusing on YouTube and Instagram. But you can definitely take some of these concepts and apply the same principles to whatever platforms that you are on. But if you're seeing this video, then I'm guessing that you probably are on Instagram if you're watching this on IGTV. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think this is a really good training type of video, which is what I do on YouTube. So I'm gonna take my own advice and I'm gonna definitely repurpose this video for my YouTube channel. So if you're watching on YouTube channel, hi, come say hi on Instagram at Life with Ovi, because that's where I share even more, great tips and mindset and, all the behind the scenes of my life where you can really get to know me. So if you're watching on YouTube, head over and join me on at Life with Ovi on Instagram. So I really hope that helps you in deciding, which platform you need to focus more in on and where you need to create your content. And if you like this video, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And yeah, let's talk more about, how to grow our presence on both of these platforms, Instagram and YouTube. I will talk to you soon. Bye guys.